Hey, what's happening? It's Sean, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the #1 silent income killer. And in this whole series, we're going to go over all four. And the reason I like to call them silent is because these particular income killers are not really talked about, nor do you normally see them happening or understand why they're happening. So I just want to bring that level of awareness to help you understand on how to overcome these, which will help you in turn increase your cash flow and be able to take control over your financial destiny from a simple fact of knowing these factors. So let's just hop right to the first one. So #1 is inflation, right? So inflation has been going on since currency has been circulating in just America and the US currency and so forth. So what is inflation? Now, basically it's just the cost of living that's going up, but it goes up every year. So let me just give you an example. You know, when this finally just dawned on me and I had this epiphany myself, it really just made a lot of sense that I need to be able to make enough income that's at least growing at the rate of inflation or higher, for the simple fact that really you're losing money. So I'll give you an example, right? This was brought to me when I was thinking about it by one of my, like say, mentors or whatnot. But inflation, so $20, right, 20 years ago, used to fill up my whole gas tank. It would fill up the whole tank. That same $20, right, it's the same currency, doesn't have the same buying power as it did 20 years ago as it does in this current year of 2019. That same $20, now granted I'm in a different vehicle now, but same note, it would only probably move my needle maybe a quarter or a half of a tank. Why is that? It's just that the purchasing power of the dollar is not the same. Technically, it doesn't even have any power. So with that being said, if you think about it, the cost of living goes up, your rent, your food, right, insurance, everything around us, gas, just gave an example, those things go up every single year, and normally at the rate of somewhere between 2 to 3% a year. But here's the caveat though, is if your income is not going up with the rate of inflation, you're actually losing money. So just think about it. If you don't get a pay raise on your job, right, but the cost of living and everything is going up around you, cost of food, cost of expenses, like I said, insurance, even taxes and things that are going up, but your pay rate isn't going up, technically you're losing money because everything else around you is getting more expensive, but your income is not going up with it. So the #1 thing that we like to call the silent income killer is inflation. So you have to figure out a way or learn a way, right? That's why we put this together, so we can actually show you a way on how you can actually keep up with at least inflation, so that way your money is still have some of the same purchasing power, but you're not losing money silently, okay? So once again, just to kind of bring it in perspective, if the cost of living, food, rent, expenses, and things around you are actually going up every year at a certain percentage, and like I say, about 2 to 3%, but your income is staying the same, you're actually losing money because the stuff around you is getting more expensive, but you're actually bringing in the same amount of income. So actually, technically, you're losing money. And most people just don't see it because they're caught up in the day-to-day, you know, taking care of the needs that's needed for the home or whatnot, or just the average living expenses, right? But they're not actually seeing underneath all that, they're actually losing money for the simple fact that they're not either getting a pay raise on their job or generating more income throughout the year. So that's what we actually want to share with you, but that's the #1 thing you need to be aware of is inflation, and that's why we call that our #1 silent income killer. So what you want to do is just stay tuned. In the next video, I'm going to be sharing with you silent income killer #2, and this one's pretty big too as well, but once again, it's silent, okay? So we want to bring that level of awareness to you, so that way you have an understanding on how to overcome these two as well. So first, I want to just tell you what some of the problems are that people are not really understanding or seeing, and I'm actually going to share with you on how to overcome that. So we'll see you in video 2, where we'll share with you the second silent income killer that most people are not aware of.